Well, Jeremy Hansen here from Fox Valley Technical College for Life on the Farm. And joining me today is Kevin Jordan. Kevin, thank you so much for giving me a tour today.
Yeah, no problem.
You know, Kevin, you're a calf raiser, right?
Yep.
Tell me about your business before the subject we're going to talk about, which is this new building behind us.
Yeah, so started in 2022 as custom calf raising, as well as raising our steers, all of our beef steers that we use for market. Ran out of room fairly short there, so we have this brand new facility that we're gonna talk about today.
Right, and that's the key thing I want to talk about. One of the big questions that we're going to cover later is, how can someone afford to, invest in a building for raising calves and steers?
Right.
We'll get to that, but tell me some of the thought processes you went through to, I guess, what features are you looking for in a building like this?
The biggest thing when we built this was obviously just make sure we had the best environment for the calves. So you look at a lot of the ventilation, make sure in the winter you got enough coverage to keep the heat in the barn. So we looked at a lot of that stuff coming into it, and then also making sure we had room to grow and kind of facilitate what we've already had for animal numbers.
Right, and expandable as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yep.
So tell me your system of getting a calf on your farm to when they leave this facility.
So on the custom side, we pick up calves from local farmers that we work with, and we bring them into calf huts and raise them. They're on milk for their 8 weeks. And then as we transition them off of milk and get them onto grain, when they're ready, we'll move them into this nice new facility and kind of transition them out, and then they'll go back to their farms whenever we kind of have sorted out with that farmer.
Right. And not all your animals are custom raised.
Correct. So we also have beef calves. 50% of those calves come from our cow-calf herd that we have, and the rest are crossbreds we buy from local farms.
Right, and then once they're at a certain weight, then they leave here, correct?
Yes, yep. So we'll get them up to roughly 800 pounds, depending on what we have for room, and then they go to another farm that we own to be finished.
Right. So, you could have implemented some technology in your barn here, correct? I mean, I'm thinking about calf feeders or something like that,
right.
Automatic calf feeders.
Correct. Yeah, and we looked into all that. It really came down to just cost. Starting up, we're still fairly a new company, and just the overhead that we already have on top of what we would have had to with technology. We just started here, and we'll see where we go in the future.
Yeah, what were some of the concerns that you had, comparing to the old facility to this facility that you're hopefully overcoming?
The biggest thing is, like I said, a lot of the ventilation, respiratory issues come from that, and stress on calves. We just want to make sure that we gave each calf enough room. We're able to feed them, as much as we could and push them a little harder and just get a nicer quality calf out of it.
Right. So since you've been through this process recently, what's some of the advice that you can maybe give someone else that's maybe thinking of doing something?
Well, do your homework and work with people like you to kind of make sure that it is going to cash flow, because you'd hate to build it and then not be able to pay for it or get stuck in it, that way. So. Right.
So Kevin, thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate talking with you, and good luck with everything.
Thanks.
So for Life on the Farm, I'm Jeremy Hansen.